Shalom, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the one-third, the brother Yahweh Barak, coming at you with the lesson to the Spirit. Lord willing, I pray that it is edifying and exhorting to those that are listening in. And the topic of this lesson, or the title I should say, is going to be Use Your Pain for Fuel. Use your pain for fuel. A lot of us are going through suffering, man, on the daily, very regularly and often, man. When you come into this walk, the scriptures say, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So we're constantly enduring, man. We're constantly warring against our flesh, and we're striving to stay in the spirit, man, and it's tough. Let me tell you, sometimes it's tough, and Satan will knock you down, but you got to take it on the chin, as the beloved brother Anawa always says. Something that sticks with me is that you got to take it on the chin and keep moving forward, man. And that pain, that suffering, those tears that you have are going to be wiped away very shortly. But just use what you're going through, man, as fuel to feed the flock, to grow it yourself, man, to find comfort in the Lord. And I'm going to bring out some precepts that go into comfort, that go into, going back to obtain that, that peace and that tranquility through the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because the Lord, He sees what we're going through, man. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Temptation. I don't want to go into this precept in the book of 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. And it says right here, there had no temptation taken you, but as such common to man, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above what you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So the Lord knows what we're able to handle. He knows each and every brother's lot and amount of faith that they have. Those that are sincere and those that He deems chosen, predestined for salvation. And with that, you have to find comfort in knowing that, so long that you endure and you cleave onto the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, no matter what's going on, no matter what stress, no matter what's on your mind, He's eventually going to take you out of the hell that you're in, this wicked flesh, man, because we're all wrestling, man, against this flesh. We're all suffering, man, and we're all sighing and crying that we get the fuck out of this place, man. And I'm not going to even, say it sweetly, man. This is an evil-ass, wicked world that we're living in, man, and we hate it. We absolutely hate and despise this world, man. There's nothing good about it other than serving the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And what not better of a life dedicated truly and sincerely to serving the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That is our duty. That is our calling. That is our reasonable service. So it's what we signed up for, man. But the Lord knows that we're able to handle it. So even though it's hard sometimes, even though it could really get tough, man. You gotta be strong, man. You gotta keep pushing. All right, because this is it. You're a soldier for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, nothing said it was gonna be easy. Walk in the park, and a lot of the things that we say, they actually they happen. They happen so that we have to go through these experiences and these trials and these hardships because it builds us and it refines us through the heat. That's where gold is, tried through the heat. I have this precept in the book of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7, and it says, casting all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. So whenever you're going through these moments of hard times, you got to go back to the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and cast everything onto Him. Cast your burdens, cast your wants, cast these feelings that you have, man, these demons and these strongholds that you're going through. Cast them onto the Lord. He cares, man. He wants to see you go forth to Him and bring up whatever you got going on, man. He wants that because He's the mediator. He's the one that can control everything. He's the one that controls your mind, man, your thoughts. All right, He's in control of everything, man. He creates and He destroys. So with that, you got to make sure that you go back to the true holy power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and nothing else. This is the book of Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is His treasure. So you found the treasure, man, when you fear the Lord. when you really, really fear him and you want to walk upright and righteous and do what you can to, be in good standing with him, that is a treasure, man. That is a very rare gift to have, man. And you should be very thankful that the Lord's put on your spirit to have that fear. Because most people don't. Most people go about their life doing wicked things without any question. They hurt, they take advantage of people, and they don't even think about it twice. But we had that humility, we had that compassion, man, and we have that wisdom and knowledge, which is just going to keep us stable during these times. And it's going to give us the strength to look towards salvation amidst all these things that are happening. Because not only are we seeing wars and all these things happening in the world, but, we're wrestling against flesh and blood, and going through spiritual warfare on a daily. And the beloved elder Apostle Gabar, I believe it was him that said it, after a few days of not catching anything, you start to wonder, like, what's going on here? Because we're catching hell almost every single day. Even myself and the brother Barack, like, if we go a day without anything happening, man, or 2 days, we were like, what's going to happen? What's coming next? And soon enough, something happens, man. But that's what happens when you come to serve the Lord. It's tough, man. It's a battle every single day, but we know in the midst of pushing forth and warring, we're going to obtain that crown, man, that crown of life, to where we're not going to have to worry about any more vexations anymore. We're going to be at peace. And we really believe that, man. We truly and sincerely believe that, man, because we have no hope in this world, man. It's not like this world is going to get any better. It's not like this world is going to be, make America great again. That's what they say, man. It's narrow 47. And clearly that's not the case, man. This place is going down the drain. So we have nothing else to look towards except the kingdom of heaven. And this is the next precept that I have in the book of Psalms 23 and 1-4. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He make me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So amidst all the hard trials and tribulations and vexations and things we have to go through, and every brother and sister that's in this ministry that's truly and sincerely following has to go through their own tailor-made burdens. You might go through something that's way different than another brother. And, another brother that's more seasoned might be able to handle things in a certain way more than you. But it's each to their own. The Lord makes it to where it's different for each and every brother and sister out there. The point that I'm trying to convey there. But the point being, you find comfort through going in the Lord's secret place, through cleaving unto the Lord. Your soul gets restored, and he leads you in that path of righteousness. He renews your mind. He transforms you. He changes you as a man. When we came into this, or when we were in the world, we were doing things that were childish, but as we became men, we put away childish things. We put away that old life that we have, man, the old ways and thought patterns, and we strive for masteries. We strive to be better, man, for the Lord every single day. And it's a work in progress, and we're not perfect, but we're doing our best, man. And the Lord does see our effort. And, how do we get to lie down in green pastures? How do we find comfort, man? Through staying in the Spirit, through filling up your cup. Scriptures say, quench not the Spirit in the book of Thessalonians 5:19. So you got to always be doing things to add and fill your cup, man, to give that juice, man, to your battery, man, the spiritual battery. Because if you're not charging it up through praying, through doing lessons, through meditating with the Lord, then you're going to run out of battery, man, and it's going to be painful, man. You're going to be attacked hard, man, by these demons, man, because they're everywhere, man. They try to come through you in all different ways. Scriptures say in 1 Peter 5:8, Satan walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So he desires to see you stay sifted. And with that, you got to always go back to the Lord every single day, man. You shouldn't be going days without tapping in with the Lord Yahweh Shemiyah Wishai with your power, man. It's our job to serve the Lord. It's our job to show up for him, man. If we know how wicked of a world this is, wouldn't we want to be with the Lord every day? Wouldn't we want to, tap in and listen to the brothers' lessons every day? Wouldn't we want to be praying every day? You got to be praying every single day, man. Every single day you have to be praying. Pray without ceasing. Thessalonians 5:17. Always pray, man, because praying is that weapon, man, against the evil. You should also be watching the apostles and elders, a great millstone every day. That's another thing that's very important, because these men have been seasoned many, many years. And there's nothing better than going and listening to the elder apostles speak. And it just brings so much comfort to your spirit, especially, something that I've been doing recently is listening to the elder apostle Rakaw's lives, and it's always something that he says always, is something that I'm dealing with. If I'm going through something in particular, he ends up bringing it up in his lessons and his comfort, man. And we got to go seek elders for counsel and for edification. Scriptures say, wear out the footsteps of thy elders. So we got to look up to these men that have been seasoned and that have learned this and learn under them, and take heed to order. That's also something that's very important, staying in this and keeping yourself up to a certain standard. But this is Psalms 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So he's not going to suffer somebody that's doing his will, that's, walking upright and serving him. He's not going to allow them to be just thrown off the map, man, and just suffer terribly. There's a balance to everything, and the Lord is going to, allow this individual, this brother or sister to prosper if they're serving the Lord, and he's going to allow them to grow, and he's going to sustain them. But you got to cast your burden upon the Lord. Anything that you're going through, you got to really let it go. You got to let it go and leave it up to him. Just rest assured and know that the Lord has it. Whether you send that prayer a week, a month in advance, if you send it and something's still not happening the way that you expect it to be patient, Akim. Be patient, be hopeful, because the Lord will come and help you in due time. But he always knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. So take comfort in knowing that he sees your pain, he sees your problems, he sees your anxieties, and you got to give it up to him. Because if not, you're gonna just be running around in a circle, man. You can't figure this out on your own. Scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Jeremiah 17:9, if I'm not mistaken. So your heart also means the mind, la'ab, and you're never gonna make it if you think you're gonna do it on your own, man. You think you're gonna just you got this all by yourself, and you don't need anything else, man. That's ignorant, that's prideful. This is Psalms 147:3. He healeth the broken heart and bindeth up their wounds. So the Lord, he has the power to, close your wounds up. And the men of the Lord, and this is powerful. That one of the brothers and saints in Jersey mentioned this, but, we're like the Wolverine. Certain issues and trials and things that we have to go through and suffer, we heal up from them very quickly. Whether it be a family member leaving our life or somebody close to us or a woman, whatever the case may be, we each have our own battles, right? But when these things happen, we rely on the Lord, and that comforts us, and we're able to get over certain things and heal much quicker than, somebody in the world where they're, fucked up for years and years about the same thing. Because we have these scriptures, man. We're like the Wolverine. We heal up real quick. And that's through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's our healer. That's our comforter. That's the one that wounds up our broken heart. Because the Lord sees that we're suffering. He sees that we're crying. All right. And he knows that we're going through it. And that's why he's speeding things up. That's why we're at the end, man. We're at the last lap. We're at the last lap, and you got to get ready. You got to get ready, man, because it's gonna get harder and harder. And that's why you got to rely on faith, man. You got to pray to the Lord for more faith, for more endurance, for more diligence, Because you got to make it to the end, man. You got to tell yourself that and believe that you're going to make it to the end. Because you'll have demons that will try to tell you and get in your mind and tell you, oh, you're not going to make it. Oh, you're going to fall out. Oh, it's not. And those are demons, man. You got to say, get behind me, Satan, and rebuke those demons. Go on a fast if you have to. Pray. Say some prayers in the Paleo Hebrew, okay? Because there's much force in that, all right? This is the book of Psalms 55:6. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then I would fly away and be at rest. And that's very comforting, man, because we wish that we could just fly out of this wicked world and be at rest. But very soon, Yahweh Ratazar, we will. We will, so long that we endure and stay diligent, man, and use that pain, okay, as fuel. Whatever you go through, whatever sufferings, whatever hardships, whatever anxieties you have, use that pain for fuel to become a better servant for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. And he sees that. He sees that, and he rewards you for that, man. Okay? I'm telling you. And you have to believe it. So with that being said, I want to close out this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying and exhorting. I know I jumped around there, but I still pray that it was edifying and exhorting to those that are listening in. With that being said, I want to give all glory, all honor, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity, peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect. Once again, I'm the brother Yahweh Saparak, and until next time, Shalom.